Hi guys, this is Jay. So today I'm gonna make a tutorial for how to build assassin. Although my character is not as great anymore, it's not as uber strong because I don't have enough time to play this game and I don't play as hardcore as I used to. So my assassin is only doable right now because I actually rebuilt the whole set, but I didn't really play hardcore that much anymore. So my character is not as OP as I said, but then I consider myself is still doable. I will give myself a passing grade. I can just play C or I can play PK just fine. So I'm just gonna teach you how to build assassin, and this video is I think it should be exclusive to all the renegades because I don't want to share it to my enemies, etc., etc. So let's just go through the skill set of how to build the assassin. So incision, this one is a pulse skill, but it's important because you actually increase your HP by 180. And then let's go to the dex. So the dex first skill is skulk. So skulk is important because you actually avoid one hit. So pretty much let's try to do this. So let me try to skulk and I'll let Jay hit me my extreme. So skulk is right here, and I'll just see. So the first hit is always miss. This one was pretty useful because in 2012 there was only few stun or few pala skills that's available for each class. So this one is essentially useful because once you skulk, you can have the possibility of avoiding getting palak or stun. You can just avoid those danger. But nowadays, since extreme got buffed so much, you have so many stun skills. So this one isn't quite as useful anymore. And then let's go to the second skill, immersion. This one is really important because you actually increase your skill by increase your attack by 27%, so it's pretty useful, and it actually resets all of your skills cooldown. So let's do this. Let's hit J. Okay. So it's 2000 crit, and then let's try to use immersion. So all my skills are cooldown, right? See, now it just go back to non-cooldown. It just resets again. So let's try this. And I believe my damage increased. I didn't see that because the duel is pretty gay, but yeah, essentially you can watch your damage and your increase. But for the time's sake, let's go to next skill. So next skill is Tiger Claw. This skill is pretty useful because it's really fast, and he actually I think it's just a very fast skill and pretty good damage, and you actually sync with your other skills such as air raid. And I'll just go to the next skill then. Next skill is Chin. So Chin is useful because like I said on the other video, it's the ultimate skill of assassin. It actually reflects your damage, and you can watch the other video for this skill. And then you have Intestment for those who wants to build a void evasion rate evasion type. You actually want to master this because you actually increase your evasion. I don't know if that is still the case. If it doesn't work this way, leave down the comment below, let me know. But for the evasion type, you actually want to build this skill, you want to master it. So far right now I only have skill level 4 just because I need it to learn my other skills, and now it just increased my evasion by 16 only. So let's go to the next skill, disguise. Disguise is important because it actually heals my HP because sometimes you get potluck in Sea War, and then you just want to heal, but you cannot heal because you don't have potluck or you don't have enough HP regen. So this case, then you can use disguise. Disguise will make you into a box, and then you will heal your HP right away. It's extremely useful in Terra because it will heal you instantly. You often have 30,000 HP and you cannot really use Pi in Terra. But this skill, you can just go to like a place that is quiet, no one else will kill you, and then you can just use disguise and you'll be healed back when you are low on HP doing Terra. Then the skill is air raid. So this one, it actually decrease cooldown, so it's pretty useful. Decrease cooldown by 25%, and also because it's stun effect, so it will approach the enemy instantly, and then you will stun the enemy by 4 seconds, which means padlock. So you can actually sync it with Tiger Claw, or you can sync it with Black Panther Extortion. Is pretty quick skills, so it's pretty useful. Then clocking, and this one, like I said before, in 2012, there are so many assassins. So a lot of Dex assassins just abuse this skill, and then you will be in Sea War and then standing right there, and out of nowhere there's an assassin killing you, and you just don't know why you just died. So that's why we had to build some skill to counter this skill. But nowadays, not much assassin is on the in the market. So that's why we don't really need to counter this skill in per se. So I'll just tell you because back then we will just build soul detection. If you want to build like an accuracy build, hit rate build, then you want to build soul detection. But in this case, I don't build it because, as I said, there are not a lot of dex assassin that's abusing clocking anymore, and also because my hit rate is good enough, and then I don't want to sacrifice so much stat points for the soul detection. I need skill points too, so I don't really build this skill anymore. And then you have this skill, the genocide, which is just for grinding, leveling purpose. It's not as useful. So in Rapture is important because you will make your enemy dance. Doing club war, doing Z war, they will just dance right there until you hit them. So let's demonstrate. So here is in Rapture. So you just make my other character dance, and then he cannot do anything. He cannot do anything until I hit him. Then he'll turn back to normal. This one is pretty useful because it's actually padlock as well. So you can Rapture and then combine with other skill like Ping or like a Hinge. Then you can essentially padlock other people just for one more skill. But since it's so slow, and it's just not as useful for me anymore, so I kind of just leave it out to my combo. But you can certainly use it if you are run out of padlock skills, and you can use this one as an additional padlock. But keep in mind, once you hit the enemy, then the padlock will disabled. So what you need to do is to put like a padlock skill right after Rapture. So what you want to do is this, so you can essentially padlock Rapture, and then you can use Pain, because Pain is a long stun skill. It actually padlock a lot, or you can use Hinge right after too. It's just up to your preference which one you want to use. Maybe Hinge is better because it's actually longer stun. So Cyclone is useful because it's actually int. It's actually magic skill, as you see. So for all those for those evasion people, you can use this skill to counter them if you don't have enough hit rate. I didn't master this because, like I said, I reform my set, so I have enough hit rate. I don't need it. Eagerness is pretty useful because you actually increase your attack speed by 60%, and then I think you actually buff your crit chance. So critical chance is 50%, and you actually increase your damage by 60%. So it's very useful. One thing though, I like to use eagerness before provocation. So so what I do for my combo is I ego. Once I ego slow lane, why not? I use I use provoke, and I use demount. This one, why I use this combo instead of a lot of people use provocation and use ego and then use demount, because with eagerness you can actually literally kill people right with the provocation. So you don't even need to use the third skill. You can just use two skill to kill people. But if you use like provoke and an ego, you cannot really kill people because ego does not have that much damage compared to provoke. Because you increase your damage right after provoke. It just doesn't make sense, because then you'll be left with 60% increased damage that's not usable, or else unless you use like a demount, like a high attack damager after after increase your attack. So what I do is I increase my attack speed, increase my attack percent, and then I use provoke to kill people. If he doesn't die, then I still have my increase attack and then increase crit chance, and then I kill them with the third skill. So that's pretty good. And then let's go to the next skill, hinge. So hinge is pretty good. You just need to get to level 1 because it actually stuns your enemy by 3 seconds, which is extremely useful. You don't need to use it as a damager. You just need to use hinge, and then you just need to click like a walk a bit, and then to cancel it. So what you need to do is like this. So what you need to do is to here. So normally it will be like this, slow as hell, but then but essentially you can cancel it by just stunt, and then you can kill them with that 3-second padlock stun, which is extremely useful. Pain, this one is useful because it actually stuns your enemy by 3 seconds. It's a very high damager. It is pretty slow, very slow actually. Or miss, or whatever. But you get the idea. A lot of people, who play assassin, try that skill. Pretty useful. But really, it's not as quite great. Back then it was a main damager because it's one hit. Now if you see it, it's actually 2 hit. Back then you will just have a really high number. So we used to use this skill as a main damager, but nowadays maybe it will make sense after paying because it's a high damager but it's 2 hit. So if you don't use a padlock skill, then it doesn't really help, and it's pretty useless in PK because they can PTP. So in PK, what you need to do is to do that combo. So if you have like a enemy walking around like in my other video, you just need to chain them. Well, actually ego first, and then chain them. I mean immersion first, though. And then you need to ego, or if you don't want to, if you want faster attack, then just use provoke, and then demount, and then the person will die. Pretty much like what I did in other video. I used that combo to kill poop. So so let me just say that again, since I know I didn't say it clearly. So immersion, chain, ego, provoke, demount, dead. And a lot of people would just die after provoke, or some people just die after chain and then ego, or essentially you don't need to use that skill. You just need to ego, provoke, those 4 or 5 skills. That's very important for combo. Then let's go to the int. I think that's all for the blood relay. I didn't really use purple one. It's slow, it's not as useful, so I don't really want to use it. It increased the attack speed though, so it might be useful. It's just that currently I don't have enough skill point and I don't want to use it anymore. So for rogue, what you want, I think, is this for virility, whatever. So actually the main purpose of this skill is to actually increase your attack damage by 30%, 20%, not 30%. So it actually increase your energy by 108. But what I want is a 20%, so 20% is useful. So that's important. Basic, you just need to do it like this, and then you'll be set. So let's go to combo. So combo, what you want to do is hinge, stun enemy like I did before. Ego, increase attack speed, attack damage. Provoke, increase the crit chance and kill people. Demount, main damager, and this 3 is pretty sync because you can use demount or this that. You can just try to play around with these 4 skills, and then you can stack the damage, and they are pretty fast damagers, so that's why I use them. Pain to stun enemy, to padlock them, and then blood relay is a main damager after padlock. Chain, ultimate skill for the PK and for a lot of usages. And then let's go to my second combo set, which is for grinding, for leveling. So if you want to, level, then you use this skill set. I don't need to explain it. This one, Emma Trace, you just use it for, EXP. The skill for my Terra. So when I run out of all the skill set and I don't have immersion, then I go this, just fast approach the tower and then just spend all the skills to, get the towers. 4 is a buff, immersion of course, increase damage like I said before, cooldown reset. Skulk, miss, miss buff kinda. This one to disguise to increase the, to recover your health. This skill I don't even know how to pronounce it. You just need to protectness. You just need to use it to increase your CP so you can cast other skills like these purple ones. And then in clocking, you can just clock enemy and then you can appear and then stun them essentially with Ray, and then use Pang in Terra and to kill the enemy, and Eagle, you can just try those combo. Black Panther, you turn yourself into a Panther. I don't have enough CP like I said before, so see, so I can essentially use it so I have CP, and then I turn to a freaking cat and I can run it around without my bike. So it's pretty useful. You can use it in Terra so you don't lose your health, because sometimes if you use bike, you lose a chunk of health in Terra. So this one is essentially useful too. And also in SeaWar, because you cannot use Optimus in SeaWar, and then you cannot use bike or anything in CDM. I don't know if they change that though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this skill is pretty good, pretty useful for mobility in the wars. So I think that's it for the sets. For skill points, you just need to get all the skills, and then you just need to add it to the stats, and that's about it. So thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting Renegadez. Like I say, I might make this video to exclusive to private just for Renegadez. So this is Jay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being patiently listen to me nagging. Hopefully this video is helpful, and I will see you next time. You can pause the video to see any of the skill. Anyway, alright, see you.